Hi there, I am Dory Joe Stoll with Prairie Scraps, and I'm here live. It's a little later than usual. I cannot see a stinking thing because it's pouring rain outside. So um, I was kind of loading my stuff back in because that Friday night I had a class at my house, had a craft night, and so all my stuff has been in the house, and I've been using the space. It's taken over the house. My crafting has taken over the house because I thought I'm going to do some big projects while I'm in the house. So we are back in the camper here. I don't have everything yet, but I did get a lot of it, but I was running through the rain. So anyway, my glasses are covered with rain. We are going to do a Veterans Day patriotic, and I could see I just was trying to eat yogurt and dumped the whole thing on. I thought I washed it off. As you can see, I smeared my shirt. I was all patriotic and everything. It was nice and clean. Went to the Veterans Day program at the school and was very nice. So first of all, I want to start out with Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all of you who have given all and served. And that goes for families of veterans. Thank you so much for all you do and all you give up. So you ever get distracted by weird things like big old plastic bags? Okay, so we are here. We are going to do patriotic video. I did one this summer like this, and I loved it so much. I knew I had another plan for a patriotic one to give to someone that's in the military. So I thought this was the perfect day to do it. I need to do it before Christmas anyway. But the last time I did it, I used the Star Spangled, the America the Beautiful, which is totally fine to use on it. But today I've actually got one. So you could do it one of two ways. And trust me, the one I made, I'm actually keeping for myself. I never even got it to a sale. So there's that. Because, I sometimes you just got to keep your projects that you make. But I'm going to be using an old transfer. It is from, I don't know why my throat sounds like I'm losing my voice. So I apologize. In this house, we do dog tags. That's what it's called. It's got kind of a Subway art. It's a B-size transfer. It was 2022. And keep watching on all the deals and stuff coming up for Black Friday because they've been putting old transfers on. And this one I just purchased the last time they put up old transfers. So that tells you about it. Hey, Jessica, good to see you. If you're coming on in, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here because that helps me out. I'm a little small business. I'm Prairie Scraps over. My name is Dory, and I'm Prairie Scraps over on YouTube and Facebook. You can join my membership and help me pay for my crafting addiction, therapy, right? We all need therapy, so that's it. So I have this gorgeous thrifted frame, and I'm not going to do the frame tonight because I'm kind of thinking about it. I feel like this is sort of a dated frame, but I wonder how it will be after I get done with it. So, and don't shoot me. Don't shoot me because I got this at a thrift store. I don't even know how much I got it for. Maybe a couple bucks. I don't usually spend more than that. But it does have the paper on the back. I don't know what this is. It said it was $21.99 originally. And I don't think it's a real painting at all. I just think it's whatever. It's been sitting here lined up waiting to go, but I really love the ornateness of it. It has a little bit of a red hue to it. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to just go ahead and clean the frame. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll paint it black. I don't know. And do some gold on it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I might do some gold gilding wax on it and maybe even update it. Sort of like a silver and gold with a little bit of red undertones. I don't know if you can see that on that frame. And of course, I don't know. This is not, not my style, this flower. It's a beautiful flower, but I don't think it's a real print. So I'm just getting this clean here because it's kind of been sitting around gathering dust. And we are going to take it apart and see how things are going with it. So don't shoot me for that. Don't get mad. I just had I was going to say I was kind of cleaning things up a little bit, and I just had my X-Acto knife here. So I'm just going to cut around the edge and take, oops, this is not going to stay on that blade, and take this paper bag-ish thing off of the back of it. It does make it look nice and clean. And I saw another crafter, she had like a roll of like this kind of sticky back paper tape, the wide stuff, and she was using that to recover the back of a picture. I'm like, oh, that's very professional. That would, I don't know. I probably won't get it in this season, but it's certainly something I'm thinking about, is that it would be nice to have some of this on hand. I could always go back with brown paper and put it on. This is not looking promising here. I was hoping that it would be in the whatever was in here for an insert would be in good shape. But as I just peeled that off, so that is off. It's brown paper there. Probably just throw that away or throw it in the fire. But if you can see, this is number one, got some glues or adhesives on it. Put you down a little bit on YouTube. I sure appreciate you being here. Make sure that you say hello. If you don't see that red live button, then put hashtag replay so I know you were here. The other thing she had was this staple gun. She said she got, I want to say it, Hobby Lobby, that shot those little the picture frame backing in them. Oh my gosh, that was totally cool. I'd never seen one like that before. So I think I'm just going to take these staples out. I don't know. Usually I just kind of bend them up, but these are wonky in here. I feel like this, well, that one is like, I don't even know if I can get them all up here. This is not my strongest thing, and I don't want to crack the glass. No cracking glass. But this piece of cardboard in here, I was hoping that it would be good and intact and would totally like help me out, like I could paint it. But it's looking not so much like I can do that, because it looks warped to me. I don't know if this picture frame is in. I need a screwdriver just to pry this. It's kind of, these staples are really small. Like there's nothing to leverage on. There, that one went. That's what I did, was I grabbed onto the frame. So anyway, kind of chilly. I woke up this morning. I don't know if you guys feel the weather. Do you feel the weather? I used to think I did before my accident. Now I really do. I actually woke up this morning and was feeling nauseous, and it didn't click in me right away. I asked Alexa, what's the weather today? And Alexa said there was it was cloudy, but very little chance of rain. And I was feeling you have to understand kind of a backstory on that is when I feel pain. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. I feel nauseous, like sick, nauseous. All right, can we get it out? There we go. Holy cow. This thing is like, it was stapled through. I don't know. It's kind of warped and not a great piece of cardboard. So I might just use it. Oh, this looks like somebody actually has been in here. I don't know. Maybe this is a real, this might be a real piece. Who knows? We might have a real piece on our hands here. No, it's just like cardboard. All right, we're taking all of that cardboard out, all the paper out. We're down to the glass, and I'm actually going to use this insert to cut myself a new piece of cardboard. And of course it wouldn't go that way for me at all. You'll have to just bear with me, because this is really quite the multi-stepped project today. If you saw, oops, what did I lose? If you saw me do this 4th of July one, the Star Spangled Banner one this summer, you kind of know what's coming, but I loved it so much it's worth doing again. Hello, Yolanda. Thank you so much for checking in and saying hello. Let's see. Oh, I probably need that X-Acto knife because that'll be easier to cut. I'm just going to use this as a guide. And then we're going to use this piece of cardboard. This is just an insert from one of my frames or whatever that came, or kits that came from Chuck Couture. So you got to keep all those. I like to keep all those boards because I often use them. Oops, totally went off the track. I cannot cut with an X-Acto. Will it? Nope. I'm not good with an X-Acto at all. I'll just keep this here so I don't make a mess of things. Oops. Question it. Oops. Don't judge. X-Actoing is not my thing. It has a lot to do with the strength you need to do an X-Acto. Oh, nothing like a challenge. So anyway, I kind of woke up feeling sick to my stomach, which means I'm in pain. It took my big accident to realize that actually when I'm complaining I feel sick, it actually has to do with that I feel, I'm using actually a lot, I don't know why, that I'm actually having pain. Actually, and then I used it again after, oop, jeez, where is the line? Okay, it's a good thing I have this other piece of cardboard and I'm throwing it away, just trying to get through. There we go, we got one off. So whenever I complain of feeling sick, then my husband always, this time he didn't catch it, but he's not feeling well. He's trying to pass a kidney stone, so it's not a good time for me not to feel well. So craft therapy, it's a good thing right now. Takes my mind off of not feeling great. I wish though that when I was feeling nauseous that I could actually not eat. That would be nice. I would lose weight as much as I'm nauseous. But unfortunately that's not it. I can eat my way through just about any illness. That was how I figured out that I had something very serious going on with my appendix because I couldn't eat. And I was telling the doctor that I tried telling the doctor, hey, I can't eat. That means it's really bad. Because even through labors, I still ate. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Hi, Maria. Good to see you. Kind of crazy that I can eat through pain, eat through labor, I can eat all the time, except for my appendix bursting. Okay, I'm just going to dry fit this here, make sure it can go in here. It's a little tight yet. I'm going to decide, where is it tight? I think I'm just going to trim off a little bit more on this one end to see if I can get it. Just a tad. So it's sort of a weird thing that I feel nauseous with pain. Isn't that weird? It's different. I don't automatically think, oh, I feel like I'm sore today. Probably a good thing I was never really an athlete. Although I did marching band, which was very active and marching and lots of pain. I guess I did. I have a really high, by the time I'm saying I'm in pain or I'm feeling nauseous, I'm a little beyond pain, actually. I think we have decided I have a really high tolerance for pain. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. Happy Veterans Day. If you are a veteran, please raise your hand. Raise your hand. Tell me hello. We love you and thank you for your service in America. Yes. Hey, Lisa. Is there anybody in your family that is? All right, we're trying to fit this in here. I'm still tight side to side. So I'm going to go ahead and do it a little more off the other side. Sometimes crafting takes a little bit of patience. Let's just say sometimes crafting takes a lot of bit of patience, right? A lot of bit of patience. I'm going to coat this with some chalk paint. I made a trip to Walmart because I was shopping and actually got to stop a little bit in the craft section. My not my teenagers, I should say, my 20-year-old and my 18-year-old, they weren't very patient shoppers. They both just took off on me, and it's all right. I did send them on things. I was like, okay, well, because my son was like, I'm going to the electronics department. I'm like, great, this is what I need. so that's what I did. That unscrewed itself here. Do you guys have fancy X-Acto knights? This is just like the Dollar Tree one, I think. Maybe. It's not an expensive one. And it's maybe not the best option. I think I even have blades, but I can't bring myself to buying a better X-Acto knife. I don't know. I should probably change the blade. Hi, Deborah. We are working on a patriotic gift for somebody in the military. So I just thought this would be the perfect thing. I've had this on my list of to-dos for quite some time. Oh, I could see my baby wipe didn't do great glass cleaning there. All right, can we get this in here? I'm just trying to get this fitted in here. Now I'm painting this with chalk paint. I am going to run the risk. I think it's going to fit. I think it's just all the nails are in the way. Okay, that is what we are going to do. We are going to get painting on this now. We got that cut down to size. And I'm going to use this for the backing for our, see what, I didn't even try. Just, oh, no, that doesn't work. I thought maybe one of our inserts would work, but I don't think so. Okay, we are going to use another piece of cardboard. Remember I said I keep all my cardboards for a reason, so I can paint and be messy. But while I was at Walmart, I did run and get some paint. Remember, I had run out of my white big bottle, and they did not, this is the largest bottles I could really find. This is called plaster. I'm going to use that for the background, but I also got another one as is called silver lining. I was just trying to try a new color because all I have is black and white in this. I love the Waverly. I was kind of panicked at first because when I walked in the aisle, they didn't really have any Waverly paint. I like this Waverly paint a lot, especially for base coats. I don't use it on my transfers because it is an acrylic paint and it is permanent. Look at me using a tool. What else do you do? I don't know how to get these off, and it's going to be messy because it's got paint all over it. Hello, Christy. How are you? I haven't seen you in ages. Oh my goodness. You must be up pretty late over there in Florida-ish, water-ish. Hello, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, well, that's good to know that it's not just mine that unscrews. Thanks, Lisa. At least that gives me confidence that I haven't, messed up too badly. So I think I'm just going to use one of these Dollar Tree sponge brushes. Not that one, because it doesn't fit in the top. That one really doesn't either. You know how I am about. Ooh, this is thick. Thick. You know how I don't like these. These are Dollar Tree. I have to say, there must be better sponge brushes. I may just pitch these, because look at, you go like this and it, I don't know. This is not good, but it would be nice if it would go on nice and flat. Ooh, now I'm already into it. Oh goodness. So even though this is it says it's chalk paint, the Waverly, and this is the color plaster. Even though it says that, it is a permanent, acrylic is permanent. So don't think that you're getting something that's, I do add water to it though, and it does really well. Well, I'm going to use half the bottle. This stuff is thick. I might need to just start right from the beginning watering it down. Whenever I close my paints, I do add just spritz water on the top, and that kind of just seals in the paint so that it doesn't get dried up with the air in the bottle. Once you start using it, the air gets in there and it'll start. This is drying fast. It is thick, thick, thick. I want a nice even coat here, so cooperate with me. I thought it would be nice, and I guess had gotten my other one nice and gooey because I kept adding water to it, so I might have to do that. The other thing I often do is get my brushes wet, but in this case I was thinking, oh, the sponge doesn't need to get wet, so I'm just gonna try to get a pretty even coat. And you noticed I used the white side of the cardboard so that I didn't have to go too far as color goes. So even if some of the white comes through, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to be grunging this up anyway. So actually, I might grungy it before we start, because if you guys watch my live, I'm trying to think when I did that live, Thursday, I left with a really white surface, and then I was trying to get it grungy around the edges because there was some big white areas that I wasn't about. I didn't like it as much. And so I was trying to just grunge it up around the edges. And usually I use like antique wax, where I'll use some chalk paste, in bark, to just kind of do some edging around my pictures to make them look like they are. That's looking pretty good. It is a little streaky, but it's okay. It's okay. And I think I'm going to be okay with throwing that little brush away. That is useless. They used to have like a plastic piece inside, even though they weren't expensive or anything. I am just throwing that down in there. All right, so that is one coat down. We are two wipes in already. Hello. I don't know what your name is. Remake. Tell me what your name is. So anyway, I went and I tried to use our Dixie Belle to grunge it up, gel stain, and I realized that because it's water-based, it reactivated my project and smeared all of my chalk paste that I had done. So anyway, I tried to fix, erase some, took some off, sanded it. I'm seeing white in the... Sanded it. Needless to say, about 3 different times, I tried to almost redo the whole entire thing, and realized it was hopeless, and decided that the only thing I would really make it better is if I would, I'm going to put you down here. If I could just sand it off and start over. So that's what I did. I'm just getting this dried up here so that I can do this next step once it's dry. So I learned a big lesson to not do this water-based voodoo stain over the top of my chalk paste, because it's also not this... I haven't done it on this acrylic paint. I think it'll be fine on the acrylic paint. It was not fine on chalk paste, which is water-based. And, all the good things in it, but oh my gosh, I've already painted myself permanently here. It's a day. All right. So next, I'm going to go ahead and grunge this up. I'm going to use... Oh, I'm trying to think. The transfer I have... Where did I put it? Is it behind me? Just blue and red, no black. So maybe I'll use the Up in Smoke. I kind of like the antiquing look, which, you know, comes from this Tobacco Road, but I'm going to use the Up in Smoke. I use this on my stool. If you watched my typewriter's letter stool, that was pretty cool. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my wet wipe for this and see how we do. I'm just trying to get like a coat of this on here. And I found the last time this doesn't go on extremely dark. You kind of layer it on to get the, I just want to get it grungy so this doesn't look like it's a brand new piece of cardboard that we just painted. My fingers are sticking to things because I've got acrylic paint on them. And it doesn't need to be perfect. That's what I'm just going to, if this was a piece of furniture, I definitely want to be a little more perfect probably. And I don't want it to look like we just ran off the paper here. It's going to be okay because we're going to do another layer. We're going to do the American flag over the top of this. So I can see I didn't get it as dark here. It seems like with how many times I've squirted it on here, it really does. It sort of seems like I'm going super dark with it, but the truth is I'm not. The other thing about this is you want to let it dry between coats. So if you don't think it's dark enough, dry it first. And so I've learned lots this weekend about this tobacco, this voodoo stain, just from trial and error. So use my trials, but come back, let it dry first, and then come back and do another coat. So you see it's lighter here. And what'll happen is if you keep rubbing it too much, it'll actually, this is really bowing. Hopefully as it dries, it'll be okay. If you rub it too many times, you'll actually rub off some of the stain. So that's what I did right here, was because it was still wet and I was trying to add more on after it had gotten a little bit dry. It actually was working against me and coming off it. So it's better, the less you rub, the better it is. And I just want to get down here because you can see I went the wrong way on it. I always like it to sort of look like wood. You can do that. All right. And that is about it. What we're going to do. You actually use very little. I've done a whole, you can't even see like the top yet. It's so full, this little Dixie Belle thing. And I did a whole stool top with it and really wiped on it. So I think that looks good. Just kind of grunges it up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that really well. Got a new light. Kind of excited. That was the other thing I got at Walmart was I'm like, that's it. I need a new light. My ring light is dying. So, all right. We are going to give this a final dry here, and then I'm going to wax it so that I have a smooth surface. Now, when surfaces, I learned this with the Dollar Tree surfaces. A lot of their wood, because it's such thin wood, it'll curl up like this when you paint one side. It's just like contracting from being wet. And so you can turn it over and paint the other side, and usually it'll go flat when you do that. So we're going to go ahead and get some wax on this. It's getting dry. There's a couple of little spots. It's moist because we just did it. Just going to put some surface wax on this to seal this up because, as you can see, it is quite porous, and we don't want this to stick to our transfer. We don't want it to peel off on our transfer either. So I'm actually going a little heavy for wax. I don't normally wax this hard. I'm a pretty light waxer normally just because I don't want. I learned from the last time I did this, there was a little spot where the transfer really stuck to the cardboard, even though it was painted and waxed. It must not have waxed really well in that place. And it lifted the top layer of the cardboard, so it showed brown through. So I kind of had to It was fixable, but you know, we're just going to try to prevent that right from the start. I actually think that's very pretty. Isn't that nice and pretty? All right, here we go. I'm going to stick this away in my container here. Oops, and then I lost my lid for the X-Acto knife. What is down there? Oh, I found my blades, so I can change my blades. I just found the blades. Isn't that fun? Fun, fun. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to get this cardboard out of here. We are going to do our American flag. This was, I think it was called The Brave, home of the, or because of the brave, because it says land of the free because of the brave, which I love. I love that. But we are just going to put on the stars and stripes part of it. What in the world? That is stuck on that side. I don't know why. Okay, keep the backing. This is a reusable transfer. I've already used this probably about a half a dozen times. It's still very sticky. The first time you use it, you do want to wax it. So I actually want to center this a little bit so there's some space. I'm trying to make it even all the way around. My other one that I did was must have been a smaller frame. All right, so we are going to stick that down good without any bubbles in it. And we're going to just do red stripes and blue. You could do like, you know how they have the different stripes for different services. I'm not really clear on what they are. So I'm just going to go with red, white, and blue. And I did get the chalks out. So I'm going to have to use bright red. Oh my gosh, I had to show you. I got the color of the month study hall. Bright, very bright, my friends. Super bright. I kind of got my colors out here, and I got the brighter colors out because I'm almost out of cherry. I had to order cherry today. All right, so get that back out of here. And we are going to get the blue part done and then peel it. And we're going to work, this is Cadet. We're going to work pretty quickly here with a squeegee and just do the Cadet part. You could use any of the colors of blue. I think they're gorgeous. Do they do the black for policemen and then color? I don't know. I don't really know what the thing is. I'm not a military wife or whatever. I've not been in a military family, so I apologize. I don't know all my logistics, but as far as what the black stripes mean and everything, I'm not really sure. Maybe you guys know. Hi, Pam. Maybe you know. Is there like I know there's like different branches of the military and servicemen are different color stripes, so you could do that in the middle if you wanted of this. Okay, and then anything extra, we're just putting it right back into the jar. I always make a mess with Cadet. I don't know why. It's always a mess for me. So this one's going to be kind of bright, but we're going to end up muting it because I'm putting things over the top of it. We're putting layers today. All right, get this out of my way. And as you can see, this is what I always do in the Cadet. I always get it everywhere. All right, and I want to peel this right away because I don't want it to stick to my cardboard. You can really use anything for your, and it's okay. It's kind of leaked under a couple of the stars, but it's kind of a grungy flag. Do you see that? How nice it is? But still, there's grunginess about it. It's made to be grungy in the place. So don't panic if it's not perfect. Hey, Vicki. And I'm just going to give this a little dry because it looks so good. I don't want it to. So some of the stars look a little colored in because they kind of snuck underneath. It's okay. Remember, we're going for the grungy look here. All right, lay that back down. Try not to get any bubbles in it. Now we are going to work on the stripes, and I want to just get along here. I'm not pushing on the blue. I just want it to be tight down on the stripes part. And we are going to, I don't know if I'm done with my candy apple. I'm pretty close. So we're going to be down to the bottom of the barrel on the candy apple, but I'm always surprised how much comes out. So I'm just going to, well, maybe we are. I'm going to, because I want this to turn out nicely, I'm going to give this a rest and start a new one. I came prepared. I actually must have thought I was running out of candy apple red for a long time because I had 2 of them on hand extra besides the one I'm running out of. So that one's pretty good and dried up. So it's probably good to move on to a new one anyway. I like to fold these because I always stick things into my garbage and then I stick my hands into them, you know, like that cadet. All right, so I didn't push down any of the stars because we are going to be doing these stripes. So I'm just gonna set it right down on the transfer and get it ready to go. Kind of load it up, and it's okay if you have too much on there. Oops, and I just totally spread blue on there, but we're okay. We're okay. Red has more pigment, so you're gonna see it get really dark. I'm going to try to get that red spread in the red line without grabbing the blue. Wish me luck. You know, because even though we're making it grungy, I still want it to look really nice. So there's that. My little perfectionism in me is still there. I can't help it. And probably it wouldn't harm it to not go all the way to the end here because it's going to be underneath the frame when we load up the frame. Okay. And this is working nice and slick. Go one direction if you can. I don't like to go back and forth on big projects, especially with red and black. And I could see it's not stuck down here. It's actually lifting up because it's stuck to the table. All right. Oops. You don't want the because, and I hit it. So I'm going to start putting back anything I didn't use here. I'm going to get all the extra up really quickly. Still going the same direction. I see an air bubble here, so I'm going to leave that alone. I've learned over the years that when you see a little air bubble, as long as it's colored in, you're going to be good to go. Don't make a mess of it. Don't make it worse. All right, we'll see what we did. And again, this is where it's kind of nice that it's grungy, because it's okay if it kind of leaked under or didn't turn out perfectly. We've got a little bit of blue in those stripes over there. It's okay. We've got a little, there it is. I think it looks beautiful. Question is, where's my backing? Okay, I'm going to put this on the backing. I'll take this to the sink with my board eraser and clean it under just regular water. Let it dry for, 20, 30 minutes, sticky side up. I'm making a mess out of my backing. And my table. Watch out, red. I am blue and red. They're my nemesis as far as colors go, just because I always get myself all in. I'm an all-in kind of girl. So I did get a little bit of that because of the Brave over here on this. So I'm going to try to take that off, and I might have to, nope, it's going to come off pretty well for me. I might have to come back with a little paint and take it off. I don't know. I don't want it to look like a pink stripe. That is not my goal at all. I even have blue on my scraper, or my little, just want to get this down in it because it's kind of got some dry edges already just opening it up. All right, shut that up. Okay, all shut. All right. Get the red off here. Red stays forever everywhere because it has extra pigments. And then this is a pretty strong blue too. I think I might, oh, I threw that brush away, didn't I? I'm just going to take a brush and go into my jar of Waverly paint and just kind of touch up right down here a little bit. Problem is I've got that, I just don't want it to look pink. So I'm going to dry brush a little bit. There we go. So it doesn't look pink. And then I clearly got some here too. So I'm just going to, it's kind of all over actually. I think it's going to be okay. I don't want to go too much on anything. All right. Get that done. And then I might take a little bit of that, come back on that stain too. All right, so there is our flag. And remember, it's going to be inside a frame, so you're not going to see this end. I guess I could have taped it off on the edge and made it nice and clean, but I think it's going to be good to go. I love the grunginess of it. So I just want this in the back. It's going to be kind of a background feature, so it's not super important as far as like everything being exact, but it's also a grungy design too. Okay, so that brings us back to our glass. And now, I don't know if I can get that out. I'm going to try to rewash this little piece of glass we got here. All right. And, oh, I always go the wrong way, and then you get to see all the messes. All right, so I'm going to use a wipe and wipe it off, but then I'm going to use my microfiber. Ooh, I don't like that sound at all. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this to clean it. Hopefully we can get all that smearing off. And actually, we need both sides done, because the first thing I'm going to do is turn it over, and we are going to clean the back side too. Use this to, microfibers work better for cleaning glass. Should really have. Okay. And this is where we get fancy. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Dune paste. I have any? Oh yeah, I do. I have a Dune. And I'm going to try to, oh, no, that's done. I'm going to throw that. That one is all gone. We are just going to do like a very quick wash of Dune on the back side of the glass. Hi, Karen. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. So glad you're here. Happy Veterans Day. Do you have... Okay, so what I did was I misted inside the lid of the Dune, and that might be maybe a little bit more. We want to just paint the back of this, not all the way out. And I'm hoping I got that clean. And it's okay if you get, more or not. And what I'm just trying to do is just have sort of a messy screen behind over the top of the flag, so you can still see it, but it's gonna be sort of opaque too. So you'll see it. It'll help our front of it pop out. What is on there? It's on the other side. And I've been kind of debating in my head the lettering, like what color will I do the lettering in? And I can always come back and add more if I didn't think I got enough here, or if I need to take them off. I could totally, because this is washable, it's not permanent, and it's going to be on the inside. So it really is not important, like exactly what it looks like. We just are using it sort of as a little bit of screen. And I like the dune because it's sort of off-white, kind of matches that other color. And because this is, I guess, maybe a little bit of dry, I'm like, well, it's not really going to touch, but I'm afraid because it's moving around in those staples, I might actually touch. Just going to dry this up. So sort of like a smoke screen, right, on the back side. And then, might as well turn this over. I don't know what in the world. Oh, I guess I gilded my tabletop. Like, did I just do that? All right, carefully do that. I see the top hanger. That's kind of a nice thing. Okay. And I think I did, I was going to say, I think I saw some red here on the front from my fingers, probably. All right, so this is a brand new transfer. I have not used it yet. I haven't decided about the frame yet. I may still go ahead and redo the frame. So that means I'll probably have to get the glass out, but I'll probably make my husband do that. So you see, that's how it's going to go on here. This is the first time I'm using this, and because I'm using it on glass, we are going to fuzz this a lot. Fuzz it a lot. So we'll get our fuzzing cloth out here and fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. So how was your Veterans Day? Did you work today? My hubby sure did. We had school going on, so it felt like life as usual. Actually, it wasn't, because they had a Veterans Day program that the girls sang in the choir. They did a really good job. Actually, if you're on my YouTube channel, you can go over there. I did record them. It just says that Prairie Scraps is live. They're two. Just the first one is Star Spangled Banner. I'll get in and edit it so it says Star Spangled Banner, and then the second one was the song they sang to the veterans. So they always invite to our school all the veterans in the area to come for a program, and they have a special speaker. Hi, Christy, good to see you. And then they have the Colts of Valor come in and give out quilts. So that was really cool. So hopefully this sticks good, but not too good. Oh, a little bit afraid here. The nice thing about doing chalking on glass is that it usually turns out pretty crisp, and even if you have a little boo-boo, you can just scrape it off really easily. But the bad thing about it is that you have to really fuzz your transfer well, and when you're trying to peel it off, it'll just take off part of your transfer and rip it, so you will never be able to use it again just quite right. All right, here we go. Try that again. Oops. Put it right side up, Dory. So I sure appreciate you all for checking in today. Say hello. Happy Veterans Day. I thank you for your service. If you are a veteran, or if someone in your family, thank you for your sacrifice, is a veteran. We're doing a Veterans Day themed. I do know how to fix that sound. I do know how to fix it. I think if I put my fuzz cloth underneath, it will hold it up instead of letting it fall against the staples. Okay, that makes it a little bit more. Hopefully that won't rub off on all my painting on the back. Okay, here we go. And this is going to be pretty simple once we get this set. I see a piece of fuzz under here, a couple pieces of fuzz, I guess. Because I'm going to do it all in one color. But if you were doing this, you could do this in different colors. Personally, I just kind of like the classiness. I was even debating doing gold, because I thought it would look really nice in gold. But I think I'm going to do black. Any opinions on that? I don't know if you'll change my mind. Let's just say that. I just kind of made up my mind. Okay. All right. See how we are doing here in our black. I think it's been going pretty good, my black. So I was really excited last night that and still this morning, that 18 by 24 shiplap picture is still, or surface is still available. So if you were wanting that big surface, it looked like this morning it was still there. And then we have a brand new tray kit, DIY kit. If you're wanting a nice, easy project, if you want to get together over the holidays and make some projects, makes a great gift. It's an all-in-one kit, comes in a nice box. You can wrap it. It's really nice. It's a tray, and it's got like a farmhouse, or, I don't know what you would call it, like a pattern on it, like a blocky pattern on it. So, and it's pretty neutral. It comes with an espresso paste, and it comes with your squeegee, and the tray comes all ready to go. You don't even have to paint it or do anything to prep it. It's really quite fantastic. So it's only 18 bucks. Hi, Becky. Good to see you. So I was really excited about that. And when you do a $50 purchase, you get a free apron. So anyway, that was the big Black Friday news today, and that will go for a week until Sunday at midnight. So let me know if you need a link for that. I will get that to you. Just put BF, and I will get you the information on that. You could just go look if you want. No obligation. No big deal. All right, we're going to shut that up, and then we're going to see how this looks. Sorry, it's upside down. You want to pull evenly from the center and do it nice and slow, because if it gets too dry, it might peel it up. You have less likelihood of peeling it up if you take it slow. And you can always lay it back down and fix it. So don't be discouraged if it doesn't turn out perfectly, or if you have a little leak. It happens to all of us. Trust me, if you saw my... If you've heard me talk about my debacle over the weekend with my beautiful picture that I did, oh my goodness, it was crazy. All right, so here we are. Isn't that beautiful? It turned out just absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know. I may do a very thin coat of gator hide on this just to get it sealed so it doesn't scratch off. I'm not sure though, because I haven't used anything on glass usually. So it says, in this house, we do dog tags, we do last minute, we do real, we do mistakes, we do deployments, we do hugs, we do video chat, we do patriotic, we do love. That's what it says. Isn't that special? I just think it would make a great gift. It makes me almost tearful listening to that. I think that's awesome. It takes a great, awesome, brave people to give all, and it takes the whole family to give all. All right, so this is going to go in. See if I can get it in now without touching it, so you can get an idea of what this is going to look like. Can you see it? How's it looking? What do you think? Do you approve? Do you see how, like, even that cadet in that candy apple red, not as, here, let me put up here, not as bright when you do that painting behind. What do you guys think? Needs to get in here. And this isn't completely dry, so I don't want to set it down on the front yet. So I'm just trying to help it in all the way around with my little poker here. There we go. And I'll put it all back together. Let me know, what do you think of the color of the frame? I know when I was checking out in the in the thrift store, the lady was like, "Oh my gosh, I love this, the color of this frame." I'm like, don't be mad at me. I was thinking about painting it. That's what I said. So hopefully, I don't know. I don't know what do you think? Should I paint the frame? Should I leave it? I might look at it for a while and decide. It's kind of got like gold and silver, and there's just a very little bit of red, like tint to it. I don't know if you could see that. And I think with the red, thank you, Karen. Do you think I should redo the frame or do you think it's good? I don't know. Come out. Oops. Trying to just get those last staples on there. There we go. I'll have to use tools on these. I'm not very good at doing those little staples, but my husband can usually finagle them. I just don't have patience for them. It hurts my hands. Oops, don't break my tool. All right, so that is it. That is our Patriotic Veterans Day activity craft. I hope you enjoyed it. You really could do anything underneath there. You could do, you like the frame the way it is? It just makes the project. I know. I just love it. I knew when I've also done this with America the Beautiful music on the front instead of this, and that I use in my studio over the summer just as a decoration. And I love it. I love America the Beautiful and I love the music part of it, but I think this really is, an homage to our veterans today. And so I thought this would be kind of a fun little project to do. So it would make a great gift. You don't have to wait for 4th of July to do it. It would make a great gift for somebody, to be special for them. So I appreciate you stopping in. I hope that you enjoyed yourselves and maybe learned a few crafting items. Be sure you do all the things. If you are on YouTube, go ahead and say hello and make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. And thank you, Christy. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Okay, I think I might settle with the frame. It just does have a little bit of red. I don't know. We'll see. I'll ask the family and see what they think too. So I do a poll and then I make my mind up. So I kind of hold my opinion out a little bit. So I appreciate you all stopping in here this evening. I hope you had a very blessed day, and thank you if you are a veteran or a veteran's family for the sacrifice you have made for us in our country. I so appreciate my freedom and the ability to be able to be online and be live. I hope you have a very blessed evening, and make sure you keep on crafting.